Curtis Trades here, and today I'm going to teach you the quickest way to change out the headlights on your Jeep Grand Cherokee. I know how hard this is to do. It's really annoying the way they set up these cars, and this way when you do it you won't have to go through the wheel wells and tear up your hands, and you won't have to take the whole front bumper off. It should take you less than 10 minutes, and you can do this. I know you can. So don't go take it to the dealer and spend $300. So here we are on the driver's side, and the first thing you're going to do is you're going to loosen this clamp here. It has a little flathead screwdriver spot here. You're just going to loosen this. This is your intake boot, and then you're going to pull this back. Just got to wiggle it off. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to open your intake. There are two clamps down here on the side. You just pull them back. Then your intake will open up this way. You're going to want to move this out of the way. Take out your air filter. You can check it really quick to make sure it's not too dirty. Now the next part is you're going to take out your air filter box, and there's 3 pins that hold it in. You just pull straight up as hard as you can and it will pop right out. This part, which is your intake, this is connected to the air box. You can disconnect it. It just clips right on with a little snap, or you can take them out as one piece together. To remove this little piece here, pull up, and that disconnects there. When you put this back in, you just put it on and push it down. Once you have your air box out of the way, you just reach right in here. It's right in here through the side, and you're just going to loosen the cap. Just twist the cap off, and then the bulb is inside of there, and it's just like any normal bulb. You just turn it counterclockwise to loosen, pull it out, unplug it, plug your new bulb in, then put it back in the housing and turn it clockwise. Then put your cap back on. When you put your box back in, just make sure the 3 pins line up. And push it straight down. Make sure this is up over the top. And then push this back in. Air filter on. These 2 clips here will go in these spots. Put your intake boot back on. And put your clamps back on. Make sure this part of the boot is locked in between here. For the passenger side, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to remove the ECU. All you have to do is unhook it. So there's a little tab here. You pull that back, and then you just lift it straight up. You don't need to unhook it. Don't unplug it at all. Just move it off to the side a little bit. You can actually unhook this as well to get a little bit more room if you need to. There's a few tabs here, here, and there's 2 on the back. And if you pull these, wiggle it up. This will give you a little bit more room to get in there, at least to get your hand down in there. Once you do this, you can access the cap and loosen the cap right down under here. Get your cap off. Now to loosen the bulb, you're actually going to want to go through the wheel well, because the angle you're at here, you can't get enough torque to loosen the bulb, so you're going to want to go through the wheel well for that. So to loosen the bulb, you're going to go right in through here, and you can just do it just to loosen the bulb. You can change the headlights all through here, but you're going to need really thin hands, and most people's hands are way too big and they'll get cut up. You can reach right up in here, and you should be able to torque the bulb to pull it down to loosen it. So after you loosen the bulb, you're going to pull it out through here, put your new one in, put it back in. You can actually tighten it pretty easy from the top here. Then you're going to put all this back together. And to put these back on, they just slide right back on here. Just line up these tabs. And we'll line up the bottom first. There's 2 little slider rails right in here. just like that.
Some of the newer models have the coolant expansion tank in the way, and so if you go through the fender liner and loosen the bulb and move the ECU, you'll have a much easier time getting to that bulb. It's still going to be a little tricky, but again, that's going to be the best option to be able to move it this way. Also, if you're interested in getting LED headlights, there's some really good Auxito ones I've reviewed in the video I'm going to link here in a second, and they last a lot longer, so you won't have to go through this annoying process as often as you would, and they're really nice and they're really modern looking, so check that out if you're interested in doing that. And thanks for watching.